economic development here in Chatham County. As you can see, we're very fortunate to be the geographic center of the #1 state for business. That's a great thing to talk about consistently. In addition, thanks to work for folks like Dr. Chapman's team, we're also the #1 state for workforce development, which continues to be a great asset for us. Our region is just amazing in terms of all the different things that have been announced over the last couple of years. Again, thanks to our central location, and the coming of 685 is going to again be very positive in terms of what can happen in the future for us. We love this image that the county has put out for a while back now in terms of land use. You see that it's lots and lots of beautiful green. And our particular office, there are a couple spots on there that are gray for industrial development, and that is all that our office is focused on. One of these days we're going to come up with the best way to say that. We're focused on gray, not green. I'm not sure, maybe there's some marketing person in this room that can come up with the best slogan there, because when you think about all of the industrial real estate that is available to us currently, that's what we're focused on. And also want to be excited about the beautiful green that we have in so many different directions. In terms of the projected growth for our community, it's pretty amazing when you think about the next 10 years. What is going to happen across the country and across North Carolina. You can see North Carolina's projected growth is a little over 7%. But then when you look at what that is compared to us here in Chatham County, North Carolina is going to be a little over 8%. Here in Chatham County, we're going to be double that. So again, that's exciting for us in terms of the growth and opportunity, the job opportunities that will be there, the housing opportunities, all kinds of good things that can happen in a place that has the kinds of growth that many other areas only wish for. Certainly, this slide is one of the many reasons why that is happening. It's amazing when you think about the great four-year institutions that are both here and across our region. One of the things that's exciting about this particular slide, 40,000 people graduate from this group of universities every year, and half of that group are interested in staying here. The Moore Center, that certainly Dr. Chapman will talk about more later, this is another key for us from a regional standpoint in terms of workforce development and business recruitment. Another key partner certainly is the Chatham County school system. It's amazing to have such a great public school system that we have here. Certainly that's not the case everywhere across North Carolina, across the Southeast, and so it's another positive thing that we get to talk about. In terms of ongoing projects, our partners at Tri-River Water are a key part of anything that we do, both here in Pittsboro, in Montour, at the Montour mega site, and certainly also in Siler City. We're grateful for that partnership, and I know they will be here to talk more about what they're doing a little bit later. VinFast, this has been in the media a lot recently. They do have plans to start construction later on this year, and they are planning on hiring over 1,000 people. We continue to have a number of discussions with them and with the state in terms of where this project is and what the next steps are. Wolfspeed, it has over 2 million square feet under roof. They did receive their CHIPS Act funding of a little over $700 million. They recently announced a partnership with Toyota, and in particular right now, as of today, the tax value is over $300 million on that building here in Chatham County. I mentioned our industrial real estate is available. That's another thing that is uniquely positive for us here in Chatham County. Having 2,000 acres of industrial real estate available today, again, means that we've got great opportunities, and our office is not focused on going out on that beautiful green map that we saw looking for other spots. We're basically, these clusters are where we want to develop new opportunities. Asteria is certainly another part of the discussion that we have to have here in Chatham County, just because it's something amazing. It's amazing, it's unique, and again, one of the things that we love about this particular project, if you look at some of the background on this project, when they were trying to figure out where to go next after Palm Desert, California, they were looking at what they said were a next place where people dream of living. So think about that. Everybody in this room lives in a place where people dream of living. Let's see. And now, there we go. Cost of community services. This is something that we'd like to provide everybody in this room because it's kind of getting in the weeds as it relates to economic development. But this is really important. It's like, why does economic development matter? And this basically talks about, in terms of your standard new project that we might have, that having 266 new houses provides the same amount of tax revenue to our county as a new project. And so again, that's why economic development funding is very important. Another thing we're going to start putting out there is the return on investment, because the return on investment for funding of economic development is anywhere from $3 to $9 for every dollar that's invested in economic development. Another reason why what we're doing continues to be important is all of the folks that right now leave our county every day. We want to find opportunities for them to work here, both for the quality of life, for the environment, and just overall their cost of doing business. This image is something that we really like. We call it our location advantage image. There's so many good things to talk about in Chatham County, and it's really hard. And when you look at this image, it kind of encapsulates a lot of the good things that are happening both in this county and around the county, and why this continues to be a top place. The last thing I want to leave you with is just a couple of thoughts that our staff has put together over the last couple of weeks as it relates to all the excitement that's going on here, and also our brand, because I've lightly touched on our brand a while back, and you know, what does that mean? We have a new brand now. When you think about what our brand in Chatham County is in 2026, as a result of these mega projects, we've got increased national and international exposure. We've elevated Chatham County into high-level economic development conversations. We've reached key audiences with site consultants, developers, and corporate leaders. We've generated new inbound interest, expanding the project pipeline. We've established Chatham County as a credible mega-site location. We've demonstrated readiness in land assembly, infrastructure, and regional collaboration. We've shifted perception from a rural pass-through community in Chatham County to a competitive economic hub. We've positioned the county as a pre-qualified location, reducing risk for future projects. We have strengthened the economic development corporation's capacity. We've demonstrated the ability to manage complex, high-profile projects. We've maintained momentum and credibility despite evolving timelines. And we've reinforced the reputation as a reliable, long-term partner. And I'll close with this. Our message at this point is simple. These two mega projects have already moved Chatham County forward. We are more competitive, more visible, and better prepared for future growth than we were before. That's a strong position to be in, and we're going to keep building on it. So thank you for your support.